Wow, this was a pretty good first episode. I mean, it left a pretty good first impression. Definitely got me hooked. I'm definitely going to watch episode 2 tomorrow. The way they played out certain scenes was just pretty good. And for certain characters, the way they behave, it make you think that, wait, the way they're behaving, are they the criminals? Are they part of the crime case? It makes you think. And showing us backstories. Well, they didn't show us a lot of backstories for all of the characters, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come soon. But showing some of the backstories and the tension between certain characters definitely make you think that, oh, wait, this could be a big part to the big case, which was the introduction of this episode. Especially the tension between Byeong Joo and Jong Hoon. I mean, I can only imagine where it's going to lead. And the music. The music alone was just amazing. Like in the opening, towards the ending scene, some of the music in the middle of the episode was just great. Now, the only con I have is that they do jump back and forth a lot. Now, they did put dates on certain scenes, but there were some scenes where I kind of got confused to where I was at. Because there were some scenes where it was after the murder case, after Byeong Joo was found dead in a room. And then there were some scenes where, oh wait, he's alive, which made me think, oh wait, was he not dead? Was he alive? I don't know. But yeah, that's the only con. So to start this review, I'm going to do an introduction of the characters that we know right now. I'm going to be looking up and down a lot in this video because I still need to get used to who they are and what their names are. But don't worry, give me time and I won't be doing this a lot. So first, we have Jong Hoon. He is a strict, straightforward professor at the law school. The way that he portrays himself, the way that he's strict, it's more of not making you look dumb, but he wants you to learn and he wants to help you. And I mean, I've had teachers like that before, and you may hate them, but really in the end, they kind of help you. Next, we have Juni. Juni is just a law student. He knows what he knows. I feel like there's some suspicions with him, especially at the beginning of the episode when he was looking at Byeong Joo. But the only thing I know of him is that he's a very smart student, and he was one of the few, if not the only one, that passed the second judicial exam. I think that was the name of the exam. But yeah, he's a very smart student. Next, we got Sole. I feel bad for her. I really feel bad for her, especially in the classroom where Jong Hoon was definitely pressuring her. Knowing her backstory, I kind of feel for her, and she's kind of the most relatable, well, in my opinion. Next is Eun-suk. Eun-suk is the pregnant teacher. She is the only professor in that school that Jong Hoon can actually talk openly to. So consider her as like a friend of his. And then we have the other law students. Solbi, Gio, Yesul, not Sul, Yesul, Sungjae, and Boki. So at the beginning of the episode, we're in the courtroom. I kind of thought it was a real trial, but really it was a mock trial. So the students were there to do a mock trial. We see Byeong Joo up in the, I guess, balcony, I guess that's the way to call it. But yeah, he was up there. We see a little bit of him, just holding his head, like it was almost like he was in pain. But then we see Juni looking at him in a suspicious way. For me, I didn't think much of it. I kind of thought he was probably a strict teacher, and Juni was one of the students to wanting to prove him wrong that, hey, I'm a smart guy, I'm gonna prove you it, right? And then the mock trial happened. Solbi and Gio starts to, go against each other. And I know that these two are very smart students. They know what they know. And then the mock trial continues. Right after the mock trial, they had a break. And then fast forward to the mock trial continuing. They were waiting on Byeong Joo, but then, he didn't show up. So Yesu decides to go and try to find him. She went into his office and she found him dead, knocked out on a chair. And then she screamed, which shocked everyone. And then it was already on the news that Byeong Joo found dead. But at this point, they still don't know if it was a murder or a suicide. Now here comes, which was an introduction of Jong Hoon. Jong Hoon comes in. Again, he's a very strict guy. He knows what he knows and he's good at it too. So he came into the room, tried to inspect everything. He was looking into the bathroom and the trash can, and the cops kind of thought it was a suicide because they found a note in his pocket saying, "Let me leave this hell," and all of that, right? But Jong Hoon thinking it's not committing suicide, someone killed him. And now fast forward, we're back at the mock trial. Now they were just doing whatever they needed to do, but then the cops came in and made an announcement saying that they found footprints in the same office that Byeong Joo was found dead, and they were listing all of the shoes and size of the men and women that wore it, and at the same time they were showing the characters who were in that room, like Gio, Solbi, Juni, even Jong Hoon, and it made you think, oh, wait a minute, can one of them be the suspects? And at the same time, the way that they were behaving as the cops was listing all of the shoes and size of the men and women, they were acting a little bit weird. So it does make you think, oh, wait a minute. Did he do it? Did she do it? No, wait, it was him. Yeah, it made you think. But then, right after the cops left, they came back running for some reason, went to Jong Hoon, because Jong Hoon took over Byeong Joo after, that incident. They went up to Jong Hoon and arrested him for being a suspect. And as the cops was bringing him down, we see Jong Hoon looking at the room where the murder happened, and we see a scene of him doing it. Now, I don't know if that's the exact scene that happened or if it's just an imagination to what would happen if he did do it. But yeah, we got that scene. And what was a crazy scene for me, which was the highlight of the entire episode, was having the cops escort Jong Hoon through the courtroom, and the camera zooms in into the characters, the student's face, like Yesu, Solbi, Sole, Juni, I forgot his name again, Gio. Like the camera zooms in on all of them, and for some reason, for me, it kind of seems like they were all part of the case, as in they were part of the murder for some reason. That's just my opinion, but it made you think that. But there's a possibility that it could be false. So since I talked about the beginning and the ending of the episode, everything that happened in between was pretty much showing us a backstory and the tension between certain characters like Jong Hoon and Byeong Joo. So Byeong Joo was part of a case, with dealing with money. I didn't really read too much into that, but it was the tension that really caught my attention between both characters. And Jong Hoon, he was the lawyer in that trial. So I guess they were kind of against each other, and I believe they were still are, which made you think that maybe Jong Hoon could have committed that case. Well, the crime, yeah. And then also it showed the tension between Eun-suk, the pregnant teacher, and Mano. And Mano, he committed a crime. He said he was drunk and he didn't remember. And during the trial, and this trial happened in 2008, and Eun-suk was the judge at that point. And she made a decision to put him in jail. And it was a decision that she kind of regretted. And then fast forward a bit, 11 years later, Mano comes into her classroom while she was still teaching, kind of just say what he had to say, but the pressure for Eun-suk kind of got to her, and then she started bleeding. And remember, she's also pregnant. And then she was rushed to the hospital. Sole and Seungjae are with her. And what was weird about that was Seungjae, he asked if it was okay for him to look where she was bleeding. First off, ew. And second, I get it. You want to help out your teacher, but considering the position, you're a student, she's a teacher, where are the doctors? They should be looking at it, not you. But that's just my view on it. And then we do get another backstory. It's Sole. So she only went to law school because she believes that the law owes her an apology, because she was sued for a lot of money for saving somebody. And the amount that she had to pay was pretty much her life savings. So that's why she went to law school. She comes from a poor family and she wants to become a lawyer. Her character, in my opinion, is definitely relatable. The way her character is, like, she's not that tense character like all of the others. You know, she is laid back, she does make mistakes, she's kind of goofy in her own little way, so I believe that her character is the most relatable. So yeah, that was pretty much the gist of the episode. It was a pretty good first episode, a good first impression, a good introduction. There were some law stuff that I don't know. I'm not a law student, but that's not gonna stop me for enjoying this drama. I mean, the way that the story was written, the way that characters behave in certain scenes, the way they made you think that certain characters were up to something because of the way that they were behaving, it makes you think and probably come up with certain theories. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of theories throughout this drama series. So if you guys enjoyed this drama, please let me know. Leave it in the comments below what you guys think. I thought that this was pretty good. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.